Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Clean Hamster Podcast. This is episode 146. So that's pretty epic sauce. Random. You know what I'm saying? Hi. Welcome back. I'm really glad that you enjoyed the last episode. If you did, that's cool. If you didn't, whatever, dude. I'm back in the office. Switched the shirt up. You guys know the shirt. This design done by my friend Irvin Ting on Instagram. You could search him up, and he's done a lot of different designs for other people, other creators, other comedians and whatnot. And he's incredible. So that shirt is now available on deanhebsher.com, which I will put a link to in the description. And if you don't know what that shirt is about, here it is. Am I a little too... Okay, that's fine. Actually, that's better. So here's the deal. That shirt is referring to a moment when I saw my stepmom hiding in the shed. Now, basically why this podcast is because I needed an outlet to talk about a bunch of shit. Now, this isn't the proper outlet, but I think I like it. So, bye. But, here's the deal. I think that I needed a space back, I don't know, when I started this in 2017, I needed a space to talk about weird things that have happened to me, and there's nothing weirder than the time I was at a party for my brother, and my stepmom was like, I can't handle this, and left. And we all assumed, oh, she left. She just, got in her car and, went somewhere else. Went to go have a fucking glass of wine somewhere. No. She stayed on the property and hid in the shed. And I went outside for a moment to get some fresh air and play with my cat, Kobe. Rest in peace to Kobe and Kobe Bryant. But we definitely saw each other because I looked at the shed and I saw her nails. I saw her nails keeping the door shut. I saw her pink nails. And there's the shed door was pretty standard shed door, a bunch of 2x4s lined up. And I know she saw me see her. And then I was literally petrified, and I went back in the house and I was like, hey, Dad, your wife's in the shed. And he was like, what did you just come up to me and say? And I was like, oh, your wife, not mom, is in the shed. And then we went on from there. And she came out 3 hours later, I think. And the craziest thing is that she acted like it was fine. She was like, hi, how's everyone's day? And we were like, what are you eating? Rats in there? You missed lunch. What's wrong with you? Anyway, that shirt's available on deanhebsher.com. Here's another thing that I love. Is stories about her. Now, I had a good week. I turned 27 years old. I went to some really cool concerts with my best friends because we're living it up. But here's another thing I love is that every time I hang out with my friend Jillian Smart, she's been a guest on this podcast before. She's one of my favorite people in the world. Very talented comedian and writer and actor. Every single time we hang out, she wants to hear stories about my stepmom. She's like, tell me, they're, I don't care if I've heard of them before, just tell me. And it's very flattering. It's very sweet. So I do, and I indulge that because they're really fun. And I forgot about a few stories and I'm going to tell them right now. Because here's another thing too. When I tell these stories, normal people are like, oh my God, are you okay? That's fucked. Did you ever go to therapy because of this? Did you ever? No. This is what this is. But Jillian is like, keep them coming. Keep them fucking coming. Nom, 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 nom. Yummy. I love story. That's her. So I indulge that, and that's fun. And I told her a story. I don't know if I've ever told this, but there was one time when my stepmom called me from upstairs. I was watching TV. It was kind of almost bedtime in our house. And she was like, Dean, come upstairs. And I was like, okay. I walked up the stairs, and she's in the bathroom where we all brush our teeth and shower and shit on on the top floor of our house, and she's like, "Is this your toothbrush?" And for example, I will use this cover up, this concealer that I use. She was like, "Is this your toothbrush?" And I was like, "Yes." She was like, "Okay. Now, do you know how fucking disgusting this is to look at when I'm getting through my nightly routine before going to sleep?" And I was like, "What?" And like, picture a 15-year-old's toothbrush. It might be a little gunky. All right? Fine. She's like, "This is unacceptable." And I was like, "Whoa." And then she was like, "What do you do? I don't just walk me through. Just walk me through what you do when you brush your teeth. Tell me." I was like, "Well, I wet it, pretty standard, and then I put some Sensodyne on it, and then I put it in my face, and then I brush my teeth." And she was like, "Right, because it seems like all you do is this," and I'm not kidding. Literally, for real, went like this. Because it seems like all you do is this. For real. Spat, dribbled, and drooled all over my toothbrush in front of me to prove the point of how disgusting she thought it was. For real. She spat all over it. She went... And I was just standing in the doorway like, "Whoa, what the fuck? That's crazy." And then she was just like, "That's what it seems like you do. So just keep it clean for others in the house, please. Thanks." That's the thumbnail. And there's nothing else. I got nothing else. Hey, stop it. So Jillian laughed her ass off at that. And then I told her another story about when I don't know, I was like 11 or 12, maybe. It was when she first moved in. Yeah, I think I was 12. And I wanted to go to Dairy Queen. It was a summer day, and she was home. And that always sucked. And I was home because I didn't have school. So, so I was like, I'm going to go into her car and like just take some loose change from her cup holder. Because I don't know, she wasn't using it. So I did. I grabbed like $4 from her cup holder, and I walked back inside, and she met me at the doorway. She met me like right there. And she was cherry red. And like she was like, and I was like, "Well, what?" And she was like, "Did you just fucking steal from me?" And I'm not embellishing the language either. Like, this is the way she spoke to me. She was like, "Did you just fucking steal from me?" And I was like, "I just wanted to get some change so I can get ice cream." And she was like, "I didn't know I was living with a thief. You're a thief. You stole from me. That's my money." She's like, "I can't even fucking look at you. You disgust me." And then took the keys that I took from her out of my hand and got in a car and drove off. And I was just alone, like in this, like, there was like this little window. It was like 2 hours left before my dad got home from work. So I was just alone in the house, like, oh, whoa. I didn't really know what to do. And then I just sat. I didn't get ice cream. I didn't deserve it. So I just waited, like, I don't know, I just sat on the couch and like watched TV and tried to get my mind off of what just happened. She freaked out at me as if I were her age. You know what I mean? Like I was not a child. And also, fuck off. Like, listen, if you're somewhat middle class and white and you take change from... I just spat everywhere. I had a wet palate. You take change from the cup holders in your parents' cars. All the time. You do that. You do. Don't tell me you don't. My dad got home and he was like, where is she? And I was like, "Well, she's gone." And he was like, "What?" My favorite thing that my dad does. "What do you mean she's gone?" And I was like, "Dad, I already said it. I answered the question already. She's gone." And he was like, "Well, where did she go?" And I was like, "I don't know. I felt like asking was inappropriate." You're getting yelled at. I'm getting out of here. Well, where you go? Like, I can't do that. First of all, I'm already like very embarrassed because she watched me from her window go into her car, dig through and get a bunch of toonies and loonies and shit. So when she fucks off, I'm not going to go, where are you going? Oh, where are you going? I was about to go to Dairy Queen. I was going to invite you. No, I wasn't. No, you're like, okay, you're going. That's what you have to do when you're in that much trouble. And he was like, what did she say to you? What happened? And I was like, I took some change from the cup holder in her car because I wanted to go get ice cream. And he was like, and what? And I was like, oh, and she saw me and then she called me a dirty little thief. And then called me pathetic, and then got in the car and drove away. And he was like, okay, well, go set the table. And that was it. And then she came back like the next day. I think she stayed over in her mom's house. I don't know. I don't know what she did that night. I don't know. But Jillian, I don't know. Anyway, I was telling that story at my birthday party, and Jillian was just, she was like, so what is your dad? And I was like, Dad, I don't know. It was the kind of thing where like if the heat wasn't on someone in the house, that person that the heat wasn't on was like, all right. They were just thankful to be not in trouble. So anytime people are like, what does your dad do? I was like, I don't know. He was just like me, because he is me. He was 55, but like, that's my blood right there. So like, knowing him, he was probably just like, well, at least I'm not in trouble. Sweet. Let's have some dinner. Like, he didn't care. And it's fine. They're not together anymore, but like, yeah. Oh my God. Jillian loves those stories, and they're wild, and she was scary. And just looking in the face of a 12-year-old being like, you're fucking pathetic. You're a thief. I didn't know I was living with a thief. I'm leaving. I'm against a wall like, whoa. It's pretty crazy. That'll turn you into a comedian for sure. But listen, I don't make the rules. And also, I spoke to another friend about this recently. I am thankful, because I don't know who I would have became if I didn't get such abuse. Do you ever think that? Do you ever think like, man, if I didn't go through what I went through, if I didn't experience what I experienced, would I be awesome? Or would I be fun to be around? Or would I just be interesting to hang out with on my own? Like, whenever I'm by myself, I keep myself entertained because I have all these crazy memories, and that's what turns into me documenting them in this manner. I love it. It gives someone some zhuzh, you know what I mean? It's a stingy part of me. It's a stingy part of me. Is what I just came up with. It's fun. So what's the fucking problem? There's no problem. Maybe years down the line there might be. But I'm busy. I'm busy, okay? And guess what? Also, I'm done waiting. So it's time to talk about this shit. And I am capitalizing off that trauma and her mental health issues by making an amazing shirt design that is now available on deanhepshire.com. So go get them. They're fucking so sick. It says Dean Car on the back too, obviously. Because there's nothing more Dean Car than getting called a thief when you're a kid. Here's another crazy, speaking of thieves, this is one of my favorite things that's ever happened in my household. And my brother Jake, if you're listening, you're going to love this. Like, my brother and I were like kind of similar in these ways where we kind of enjoyed trouble. We liked doing shit that we knew wasn't good and keeping it under our parents' radar. Like, we all did. Like, I don't know, everyone thought Jake was better than me. Like, just because optically, if you're like, okay, like, obviously he's the bad one and he's the good one. Not true. We are very equal. Especially, I don't know, like, if we were to really pull out the track record, like, you'd see. I remember there was a time when in elementary school where I think I was in 4th grade and my brother was in 7th grade. And we were at the same school, Silver Pines Public School in Richmond Hill, Ontario. And, like, we didn't know it, but we got sent to the office at the same time. Because I was in 4th grade and my teacher was, I was in 4th grade and my teacher was like, go to the office. And I guess somewhere else in the school, my brother's teacher was like, go to the office. And I remember walking down a hallway and seeing my brother come down the same hallway. And I was like, hi, Jake. And then we both took the same left towards the office. And we were both walking. We were like, and we were both like, did you get sent? And we were like, and he was like, yeah, I got sent. And I was like, oh, okay. And we both it was the funniest goddamn thing. But it was also a moment where I was like, okay, you don't have it all figured out either. Also, I'm sure whatever he did was not like what I did, but still it warranted a teacher going, get the hell out of here. Like, that's what I love about, everyone thinks siblings are so different sometimes. Everyone's like, well, he did this and he's that and he's that. He's better. He's worse. He's this. He's that. He's wild. He's out of control. He seems more level-headed. No. Okay? They have the same parents. All right? We're both badass kids. All right? Anyway, cut to high school years. I think I was in the 9th grade. My brother was in the 12th grade. And he had a party when my dad was away. And I don't think he told me about it, but he was just like, I'm going to dad's house. And I was like, what? But they're away. And I was kind of clued in. I was like, okay, he's going to have a party. And he had a party. And one of his friends, her name was Bree, like took something, like a candle holder from the party. Like she was just being a drunk teenager and was like, I'm taking that. My makeup as an example again. I'm taking this, and just like, or didn't even announce it, just pocketed it, whatever. And also, we've all done, not all of us, I don't mean to generalize. We're not all fucking thieves, but like, I don't know, when you're a drunk teenager, you do whatever the fuck you want. Like, especially, it was probably like, it was nothing. It was a knick-knack off a shelf. She was like, she probably woke up the next morning being like, I guess I took this, whatever. But she wasn't like, yeah, I fucking fuck that family. It wasn't like that. So then, I don't know how, like weeks later, my dad got it out of my brother that he had a party. And I guess he also got it out of him that Bree may have like taken something, which is why he couldn't find something. I don't know. Like, oh, like or Jake, where's that thing? And like Jake, just being the nice guy he is, was just, I don't know. I think Bree took it or something. Thinking it was nothing. My dad, for real, was like, Bree stole it. She stole from us. She stole from our family. And my brother was like, that's a bit like dramatic. And he's like, no. You're friends with a thief. I don't want that thief in my house anymore. Okay? And my brother was like, Dad, chill. It's fine. I can just go to like, next time we hang out, I'll just get it back from you. She was probably just drunk. He was like, no. If that's what she does, like my dad is so fucking annoying and dramatic when it like, no. I don't think you understand. She stole from us, Jake. And you had this person in our home? Who knows what else she took? Just being that, like, almost movie character dad. That's just like, let's start looking for other stuff. Like if my dad was missing a sock, he'd be like, did Bree take one of my socks too? Is that why? No, socks just go missing. Like, he's that guy. And so I think years later, my brother was having some people over, and then like post-college or something. And my dad was like, is your kleptomaniac friend Bree coming? And it was the first time my brother was ever like, he ever like spat back at my dad. He was just like, Dad, she took a little thing that does not make her a kleptomaniac. She was a drunk teenager and took a thing from a party. Like you or anyone else you know have never done that when they were a stupid kid. And he was like, no, she disrespected. And he was like, no. You're just mad because you were not in control. Like, it was this simple blow up that was just like, I loved it. He's like, okay, Dad, she took one thing. Doesn't mean that every time she leaves her house, she has to steal something to feel a rush and feel like God. That's what a kleptomaniac is. She was a drunk kid and was like, and did a thing that she probably regrets, okay? And it was like the best moment of just like, shut up. Like, the whole thing was basically a, shut the fuck up, all right? Sorry that little candle holder your wife bought in the line to finish buying a book at Indigo or Chapters. Like, that's what it was. It was just it was a junk thing that was like, ooh, this too. Like, you could tell it was an afterthought purchase. It was so goddamn funny. It was so fucking funny. You're gonna, you mean Bree, the kleptomaniac? No! You mean Bree, the drunk teenager who made a mistake? You idiot. That happens too much now, too. Like, that is comparable to a lot of different situations. Like, it's just someone does something once and it's stupid and it's like, I guess they're that now. And you're like, no. No. A fluke. Okay? A one-off. Just let it be that. A one-off. Please? For God's sake. I wrote down something else. Sorry. Oh my God. Yeah, we went to a, anyway, I just remembered those stories. Anyway, we had a really fun week, me, Curtis, and Jacob. We went to a Young Gravy and Baby No Money show, and that was a lot of fun. Now, here's the interesting thing about that. Curtis is friends with Baby No Money. That's how we got the tickets and the backstage, like the green room access. And we got to hang out in their green room. I got to meet Young Gravy, very nice guy, very tall, very talented, like just a good dude, like very nice and pleasant. As is Baby No Money, they're good guys. They're really fun. But they had a show to do, so it's not like we did too much hanging out. But anyway, the green room. Now I'm not like breaking an NDA or anything, so calm down. It's like the green room of rappers is so much different than the green room of that I know, which is me, my two comedian friends, a bunch of Red Bull water and granola bars, and like posters to sign. Their green room was just weed, booze, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and chicks. I'm not joking. Like, just an abundance of the most eclectic group of young women you've ever seen. I don't want to use the term groupie, but groupies. Like, I've never seen them before in real life. It was just like, they were there because they were like, hi! And it was just awkward as fuck. And of course, a few of them noticed Curtis, me, Jacob. Like, they know, they're in the same world. So it's like, not the same world. You know what I mean? Like, they have phones. And just dyed eyebrows, just belly button rings, just crazy outfits, just chicks just being like, I walked, like, just listening. By the way, I'm not bashing them. It was just fun people watching. It was like, I walked by a group of 3 of them, and I literally heard one of them go, fuck, how long, when do the trains close? I want to stay. And I was like, oh no, you live at home. Oh, you came here from like Burlington or something. And Jacob and I heard another one go, should I do more ketamine now or wait? Whoa. Like, we were like, this is fucking crazy. And then, while we were in this green room, Josh Richards walked in. Richards walked in wearing a big Canada Goose coat. And it was fucking weird. I didn't talk to him. I got nothing I'm not going to go, hey, Josh. Like, I don't know. It was just the weirdest thing, man. Just, girl, like, and just sitting there. And we were with our friend Freddie Dredd, who's also a musician. So it was really cool to have him there. He was like our safety blanket. But we just felt out of place. It was very strange. It was like we were sitting there, and it was just like just drunk or high, like 20-year-old girls just being like, who are you? Where are you guys from? Do you know Gravy? And we're like, not really. We're just here with our friend. There was one girl who was eyeing me up a little bit. I can't lie. That was flattering. I'm aware of the I'm aware of the effect that I have on women, okay? And it's always flattering when you walk by a girl and they're like, and then you see them later and they're like, hey, what's your name? And you're like, hi, I'm Dean. And it's nice. It's just, sorry. But other than that, great show. A lot of fun. Just weird. It just made me kind of sad. It just like bummed me out a little bit. I don't know. It was kind of strange. By the way, we met some people and we got to talk. It's always nice too, because now that we're off tour, it's like, oh, I want to talk about tour, and it's cool when people are like, "How was tour?" Like, Curtis, congrats on the wedding. And then we're just like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And then we just talk about us because we're not good at talking about other people. As much as we want to think we are. Jacob is, but I know it's not. Like, I know it's there that he would rather be answering a question about himself. Jacob, out of the three of us, is the best at being like, so how are you? What are you going to school for? He's just a nicer guy. I can't lie. But like, I need to work on it. I'm not very good at going, hi. Oh, wow. I'm just, if someone's like, what are you up to? I'm like, oh, thank God. Okay, cool. So, and then I can go off. King. I can go off king. Whatever. I'm done waiting. You know what? I'm also done with this podcast. I miss you guys. I wanted a lot. You know what? I'm going to record again on fucking Wednesday because who knows? I'm going to write down more stepmom stories and whatnot, but I just wanted to upload again because I love that I have an office now and I just can't stop. I can't stop coming in here and sitting down and pressing record. I just effing love it so fucking much. Okay? Goodbye. Clean Hamster Podcast, episode 146 in the fucking books. DeanHamster.com to get that fucking gorgeous t-shirt right there, designed by my friend Irvin Ting. He's incredible. And also, he designed, Trin Lovell, I think that's her name, who's also a commentary YouTuber, designed her latest merch. And she's very sweet because she was like, I also had like a vintage horror vibe idea to get off of Irvin, as did you. And I was like, yeah, it's the, like it shows that guy's true, like his full repertoire of his artistry is it's all right there, and it's all on her merch too. But I love you very much, and thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Clean Hamster Podcast. And yeah, fuck my old stepmom. She's the worst. But also, I guess I got nothing. I don't know. I just wanted to see you. I guess I'm just so freaking comfy around you guys. I don't know. I guess I'm just sweet. I guess I'm just a sweetie. Bye, everybody. Major distribution, man, my label on my dick for real.